Hi, you guys. It's 11:49 on October 22nd. I don't know if you can see that very well. We have to zoom in. No, you really can't see it. 11:49, 10:22. So I did a video this morning about that Oma, Umu, whatever. Anyway, it kind of means bye bye, that kind of thing. The O, it was OU, mama, moo moo, but it means bye bye. Anyway, moving on to the next topic. So this morning, drinking my coffee and stuff, I got in the back, on my back, on my right side, about halfway down, over, not down the middle of my spine, but off to the side, I kept feeling like something poking me, something sharp, and it was catching me off guard. I'm like, ow, ow. And so it's happened a couple of times this morning. So I'm like going, what I was seeing in my mind's eye was like a stinger was stinging me in the back. Now this, check this out. And then this goes rolling through as I'm going through the videos. This is what I'm saying, how
we say that God's Son is resurrected.
You see this image right here, the Scorpio, that right there, that image. Okay, this is very interesting, because when I was talking about Revelations chapter 6, the four horsemen, right? Let's see here. It's going to be famine, fire, famine, that kind of thing. So right now we're in Libra. We're in the scales, the balance scales. So let's look at the zodiac signs. So right now we're in Libra, the balance scales, right? And now tomorrow, the 23rd, we go into Scorpio. Now, the interesting thing is I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like being stung in the back. Okay. Here we go. It's this one right here. Let's see.
Scorpio is the backbiter. Scorpions in the ancient world.
Scorpions are the backbiters. Isn't that a trip? And then this video pops up and it represents Scorpio, and Scorpio starts tomorrow. See, I'm telling you guys, this is so amazing of the connection and everything that's happening. And when I feel things, or when I, just like when I was telling you about how I discovered that when my thighs hurt really bad, that it's the M flares coming off the sun. And when there's an X flare, the left side of my face and my neck, they ache and they hurt really bad. And so now, and then the left side of my body is the X chromosome, because Eve come out the left side. So,
world and in the Middle East have two stingers, one on top of the other. And when they sting you, the cut that they make on your skin looks just like human lips. So the ancient people said, when you got stung by a scorpion in the Middle East, you just got the kiss of death. So consequently, Scorpio gave God's Son the kiss of death, and now he's going to fall. He ends up in the lowest part of the southern sky.
Now, when they say fall, they're talking about fall is in the season fall. We are in that season of fall. And then fall, also they're representing as fall as being at a certain part on the sunrise, or the plane, how it's went from a certain elevation and it's lowered itself. And then he also mentions, I think right here, and then
Hebrews ever existed celebrated the first week of spring, and they called it the Passover sunrise service. Well, of course, God's Son is risen. And once it reaches the northern hemisphere at the Passover, it's in the constellation in the ancient zodiac of Virgo.
Now, Virgo is right before Libra. So interesting thing. So remember I was telling you about I'm a Leo, so I was July 27th is me. And then that's why I probably got all the cats. And then in Nostradamus's image, what I showed you, I want to show you this part because this is turned black. So it's probably representing the black horse. You can see right here the UFOs. Remember this shockwave in the classroom where the brain is? Now, I want you to look here really closely. The golden ring or the golden bow is the sun. She's representing Alice on the moon, the white of the moon, and then you've got the apple. Now, when you go back to Nostradamus's image, you see the sun, the bigger part. The next one's the moon, and then the apple. It looks like it's got a face on it, right? So remember I was telling you the apple represents the human brain? Or it could be representing Nibiru. It's the second sun coming. That's what probably could be representing as well. But anyway, I know this looks like a scorpion, but it kind of looks like a lobster too. But I think he didn't put the tail correctly, or perhaps it was differently designed. I'm not sure. But to me, this felt like this was representing the scorpion. And then this is representing like the scroll being rolled up. Remember in Revelation 6, we'll go back here. Okay, they opened this, the first of the seven seals. This is the one that said, for the first seal, it says, I watched as the Lamb open the first of the seven seals. So it's like one of seven. And then I heard the loud thing. So let's go down here to 12. I watched as he opened the sixth seal. There was a great earthquake. The sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair. The whole moon turned blood red. So I want you to think about the earthquake, not the earthquake. Oh, I want you to see this too. Isn't this interesting, right? That they have out. When the Ring of Fire, if you've seen the eclipse online, Ring of Fire, eclipse. Oh, if I can smell. See, the sun turned black as sackcloth. Right there. The Ring of Fire. The sun turned black as sackcloth. Okay. Sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair. Interesting, right? I pet goat too. Oh. Remember I was telling you how my hair is turning darker? Dark black? That is such a trip. And the stars in the sky fell to earth as figs dropped from the fig tree when shaken by a strong wind. And we had those Draconian meteor shower and Orion meteor shower as well happening for the last couple of weeks. I think it's Orion right now, but at the time of the eclipse, right after the eclipse, October 14th, it was a Draconian, right? So it's like saying the dragon. That's kind of energy. And then you've got the Orion, like Orion's belt. Remember in Men in Black? I think it was Men in Black 2 with the cat. The cat's name was Orion. They said that the key to the universe is on Orion's belt. And so when they went to find the cat had this little gyro globe and it had the universe in it. So, and you can look at that cat in that movie too, that movie clip, as Puss, like Puss in Boots. Interesting, right? Okay, the heavens receded like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain island was removed from its place. So that's probably when I think something's going to come crashing. Oh, I did it again from this morning. Oh, dang it! I got to stop doing that. Oh, dang it. Okay, hold on. Just hit Control Delete and it wipes it out. I tell you. So anyway, so again, remember they got all the bunkers already set up and they got them all stocked out and they're ready for the elite. So I wonder, just as this is my thought, I wonder if Joe Biden administration, the Pentagon started these holy wars knowing that something's coming in to destroy the earth while they all ran into the caves, went hiding. I wonder if that's what the elite were doing. They're causing a distraction of wars while they take a stage left into the bunkers and the dens. I don't know. It's just a thought because then the kings of the earth, the princes, the generals, right? Like the Pentagon, the rich, the mighty, and everyone else, but both slave and free, hidden caves among the rocks of the mountains. They called to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can withstand it? Right? So again, Revelation 6. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you that I totally bypassed too. Remember when I was telling you back in June 1st? Let's go back to June. Right here, when I tell you June 1st, Lord Jesus appeared on my chest. And let's see here. There's one image where you can see really good of a lion. Which one was it? You can see this lion super good. And he's right there. It should be on one of these. Let me pull this one up. Because it's right over Christ himself. So this is my left side. So remember the girl with the tiger on her back? She's the female side. So she's like this side. And then the guy, the boy kid. So it's like kind of like saying Jack and Jill went up the hill to catch a pail of water. So Jack is on this side, and he's the one with the golden child. So he's overflowing with the cup. That's an iPad cup too. So you got the two children and the one dragon kind of like thing. The dragon's Lord Jesus. He's the yod going up our spine, the tree of life. And the serpent snake remembers Michael. He's our that kind of DNA thing. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to bring out the lion. See, because you can kind of see a tiger there in the background too, but you can see Lord Jesus right there. As I'm looking at this image out the left corner of my eye, there's this white orb-like thing. And then we have, see, how can I pull out that lion? Because the lion's face was just literally right here, poking out. And then we have this guy down here with this that come out. And remember, this was all done in June 1st. So June, kind of like the weapon, right? And then on my hand, remember I was showing you, where is it? Oh, we gotta go back up this way. The JG right here that appeared on my hand. And remember I told you my hands were all, you can see right there where my hands were all burnt, where I woke up and this was happening. And then the JG, this is why I'm saying I think that there's a bigger purpose of me, and perhaps this is why I'm getting these signs and this information to try to get out to everybody. But, no one really thinks, people look at me like, I don't even know what they look at me like, but I know that I'm just doing my best to show everybody what God is showing me and teaching me and drawing on my body. Let's see here. There was my eyeball. Let's go back to 2022, somewhere around there. 2022, right? What is this? This is my front lawn. These are all the images that were unfolding on my desk right here. Remember I was showing you? I mean, it's not only coming out on my body, but it's on my work desk as well. So I took all those images and pictures. See how dark did it come out? They're faded now. They're faded now, so some of them are fading, but I think they're fading because of perhaps time. But what I wanted to show you is my eye. There's that tiger girl right there. That's what I was saying. She must be representing the left side of my body. Sorry, I'm going pretty fast here. I'm trying to figure where I did with the ones about my eye. Oh, here we go. Here's the ones about my eye. Like this one right here. You can clearly see there's a bird in this eye. Do you see that bird right there in my eye? Isn't that a trip? Now I want to try to show you the one with the P. See, because this is what I was showing you. Remember in the guy with the golden child, how my eyes were looking? Let's see if we can bring that up. See, look at this. This is when that lens started coming in. And look at that. It even looks like words. Do you remember the golden child? Right here in iPet Go 2. Where he has, I think it says stock market and stuff like that collapsing. Where'd it go? No, it's way before that. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying, what that was on his eyes, but I'm trying to find that one that had the P on my eyeball, written on my eye. Come on, what's going on here? Where's the one with the P? Is this the one? No, this is the one with that bird in it. You can see the bird right there. Or here's a better view of it. That bird. Trying to figure out the one with the P. Oh, this is what I was trying to show you on iPet Go 2. It was in my eye. There's a letter P that's branded kind of like in my eye. Right there. Look at that. Right there. There's a P. And it's still there to this day. See how it looks branded? Remember when I was showing you my hand, how it was like engraved into my hand or branded in my hand? So remember I told you on Puss in Boots, when he goes up to a tree, he marks it with the sword with the big P, Puss. And I got to look at that. I'm like, oh my, but I didn't realize that at that time. That was 2022, 9/18, so September 18th of 2022, I took that image. So anyway, just giving you guys a little bit of show of my life. I know some of my pictures look kind of funky, but I'm trying to pull, even right there. This is the eye. This is, oh, it's my right eye too. Wait a minute, that's the door. That's my left. This is my right. So it is my right eye that it is. And then let's see here. Let's go back up here to where I seen what I thought was Puss in Boots that unfolded on my cheek right here. Right here. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Right there. So, in my right eye, you got what I thought was Puss in Boots right there. A cat with the feathered hat. But I could be wrong. It could be somebody else. But I don't know, because look at this. This looks like a big tall hat and a cat's face, the black and white cat that has thing 1 and thing 2. That kind of looks like him. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll just leave it right there because I'm at 21 minutes. But I wanted to show you the symbology of what about Revelation 6 and about Nostradamus, and especially this morning about me feeling like I was getting like poked really hard. I mean, it was enough to make me go, ow, ow. And so I think it has something to do with this. And this looks like a scroll being rolled up. So interesting. Let's see if we can find the layout. What the next scene is totally dark. And it's a division that's being represented from these cards. And then you can see the cat claw in the Book of Life. This says 1 male. I think I mentioned that yesterday. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. Oh, and then right there, I think that's representing Lord Jesus. So he must have had really long hair, but then he's got a cat claw, right? He's known as a lion. Pretty interesting. In the Book of Life. And here, this is the archer, right? The 2 fish. So if we look at the zodiac sign, the 2 fish is Cancer. Then it goes, I bet you it goes into God, the Leo. And then Sagittarius is represented as the archer. But what we go, the last day of Libra is today, of judgment. Then it goes into Scorpio. With Scorpio, it's like it shows the wheel turning black. And then the archer, and it shows us pointing at the 2 fish. Kind of interesting. And that's November 22nd to December 21st. So right now, I think it's the stinger or something. And maybe that is being represented as the stinger coming in. I don't know. Because remember, we've got to look at this, like I was showing you about the goat's hair, the sackcloth, the goat's hair. We got to look at this through linguistic eyes, not through or a parable. So remember, reading the Holy Script, people put out the phrases and they preach the phrases, but they never discover or unsolve the mystery of the parable. They just take the parable word for word. And so again, so you can imagine how many people, the 99% are following the script, but the 1% are solving the script. Like, it says Jesus wrote in the New Testament, seek out the clues and solve the mystery. But no one wants to seek out the clues or solve the mystery, let alone they don't even know. Remember, I was telling you about John chapter 16, verse 7, where the Comforter, Jesus said he must go so he can send him to us, the Comforter, naming as him a Comforter. So if we look, so Jesus had to go. Oh, I wish I had the Nostradamus, because remember I was showing you Nostradamus' image. So Jesus had to go so he can come back and seed himself on the land. And then again, so he's actually living here as a human, and he's reseated himself, and then he's going to leave. Because remember in that chapter, John 16, verse 7, it says that no one believed in him no more. So it's quite interesting. If we look at the world today, everybody looks at the Holy Script as put out by the elites, or it's not true, it's this and that. And then of course we got these religious wars right now, Israel against Palestinian, and then you've got Christian. And what I was noticing today is that they have all these riots with Palestine and Israel in our nation, fighting in our nation. But if a Christian would have done anything that they're doing right now, we would have been locked up and chained up and told by White House that, we weren't allowed to do it, because we already seen that in 2010 when they were locking everybody up and sending them to jail. But yet right now, they're allowing Israel to stomp insurrection in the White House, and they don't get in trouble, nor does Joe Biden. And they're just allowing this to carry on. So we got to be able to see the hypocrisy in our own nation. And we have to be able to realize and see that our tax dollars are funding 3 wars. So, people are worried about World War III starting, but yet the American people are funding World War III. Israel, Iran for Palestine, and Ukraine. 3 wars. America doesn't like Russia, so they're going after Russia using our money, our blood. So they're moving these people out of their original ancient land into other lands. So is this not biblical or what? And I'll say it again, it's our tax money. Where is this? Let's look at the $10 bill. We the people, we're sending billions of this to fund wars. Money, we the people, American money. We have blood on our hands for feeding these wars. I figured this is the best way I can get my message across to people to understand it is our money by our corrupt government that's funding these wars, forcing our hand to have blood on them. And if you can't see that, then you really haven't been paying attention to anything God has been teaching us. And I say that like that because it's kind of, people are just thinking that everything's just going to be a fairy tale and everything's going to happen in the blink of an eye. Well, it is going to happen in a blink of an eye, but it may not happen the way you want it to happen. So people need to smarten up and realize what their own government is doing instead of falling for this tactic that they're playing on them. I mean, you can only be dumbed down for so long. And you can keep blinding yourself and thinking that America is so perfect and everything, but yet the people in power, America, there's nothing wrong with America. The land is fine. The promised land is fine. It's the people in power of the promised land using the promised people to send out their money. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody.